two choices. You stay down or you get up. Well, I'm up and I am fired up because I have figured it out.
Boom. Hello and welcome everybody to tonight's fantastic dinosaur action. My voice might be a little bit lower. I think I have something coming on. Maybe a cold. I don't know. Sore throat a little bit, but the climb has been a little painful with the thumbnail tonight for Stampede Dinosaurs, as it always is for me. The list in the description, just a ton of aggro. So the tweaks tonight, not specifically to help against them, but in a way, in some sort of way, with Threats Undetected. I detect that's going to be a pretty darn fantastic addition. Hopefully everybody's Friday is going good, or maybe Saturday, because your week was a little bit rough. Maybe you're already passed out by the time I'm recording this. Chances are you probably are. So, all right. Not quite sure what coffee I'm drinking. I just put it in the percolator and I made a pot. Good to go. Probably going to be about 2 hours tonight. Something like that. Again, everything in the description, the link tree to everything, the Discord, which some of you may have, you may have seen my troubles, my musings about the pain of aggro. And sometimes that happens, and sometimes that can happen early in the season when it resets at the start of the month. People want to, fly up the ranked ladder, and they choose something fast. Aggro being the fast thing, and something that is not quite as fast, such as this, you lose painfully. For a couple matches, I had tried some sweepers, temporary lockdown, 1 and 2 white. You just exile all non-land permanents with a mana value 2 or less, which completely cripples basically all aggressive stuff. Anything that was hurting me, now it just doesn't. But that didn't really help. It helped a little bit, but they still just finished it off. I think the match I was using it against it might have been Boros Burn, possibly mono red. They just burnt me with the spells. Wasn't much to do. So it could be a sweeper, something to take out a few creatures, something to stop them from playing multiple spells a turn. I was also using High Noon, but that still didn't secure the win as nicely as I would have liked. Of course, it was just a couple matches. It's a very small sample size, but it's a very big sample size of seeing how painful aggro can be to face with this particular way to play them. Traditional dinos, though, that does fare quite a bit better. Everything has its pros and cons, and yeah, failure gives you two choices. I'm getting up. I'm always getting up, climbing up the rank ladder, but getting to the addition tonight, Threats Undetected. Oh boy, strap yourselves in. Search your library for up to 4 creature cards with different powers and reveal them. So let's keep that in mind. Different powers. Palani 5, Regisaur 4, Carnage 7, Vaultborn 6, T-Rex 8, Ghalta 12. There is no 2 creatures that have the same power. That means with Threats Undetected, I get to grab 4 different dinos that I have in at the moment, or other creatures, Mage, Bane, Lizard perhaps, but I could grab Ghalta, T-Rex, Vaultborn, and Carnage Tyrant, and then the opponent chooses 2 of those 4 to shuffle into my library. Of course, if I have a Ghalta in hand, I'm going to choose a Ghalta because the opponent's going to think, hey, I can't let my opponent have this big thing. They might see that I'm going to make 8. No. Goes back into my library. They let me keep a Vaultborn and a T-Rex. Maybe I have a Ghalta already, so I choose one again. Then I choose a Regisaur, a Palani, and possibly a Vaultborn. The Vaultborn might definitely be the scariest thing. Vaultborn and probably Ghalta, leaving me with the Regisaur and Palani in my hand, dropping the other copy of Ghalta that I had on the following turn, and you can see how it can get quite crazy. I was thinking of Fierce Empath, which is a fantastic elf. uncommon, 2 and a green. When it enters, you search your library for a creature with mana value 6 or greater, and you put it right into your hand, which is lovely stuff. And being a creature, it can be put down, with Ghalta. Not that it does anything in that moment, but we'll see. Threats Undetected for the same cost gets me 2 things, 2 big things. It's pretty much guaranteed to be good, even if it is just a Regisaur and a Palani. It would be nice to also have something else big, but it's going to be nice to see what the opponent shuffles. Really, the main thing. The point that came up quite a bit today, at the very least. If I could see Ghalta, I'd win. See Ghalta, win. Again, if I don't have any copies in my hand and I choose a Ghalta with threats, maybe the opponent is sending it to the bottom, but maybe just maybe they think I'm not going to be able to get to 8 anytime soon. So they let me get it. Boom, Regisaur. Possibly I hold off with Castle Garenbrig. I haven't played that yet. So the opponent doesn't have that information, and they let me keep a Ghalta and a Regisaur, sending maybe a Carnage Tyrant and a Vaultborn to the bottom. Oh, dead. Done. I do love the mind games, I must admit. That's always quite fun with this list. But Tranquil Frillback, it's been pretty lovely. It did help me fantastically against Mardu Greasefang, cheating out those big vehicles. Mardu colors being white, black, and red. Rough stuff. It is kind of interesting that Mardu, or just Greasefang in general, seems to be having a little bit of a resurgence here. I mean, it's not super scary. Dinos already have 2 things that can hit on the graveyard. Deathgorge Scavenger, and then Tranquil Frillback there. Ew. I don't know, maybe it's going to be mono green. That hand, not so great. We're on the draw. We have 3 chances to get a 3rd land. Archdruids, well, we couldn't play Archdruids. Sylvan Scrying or Commune is really what we're looking for, which is 8 things right there. 4 copies of each, but too risky. That's better. That's better. I know it doesn't look better, but we have Sylvan Scrying, which is going to grab the castle or the Sunken if we get a castle off of that Commune with Dinosaurs. The mana that we need for Regisaur Alpha, chances are we'll get to... Oh, wow, look at that. Look at that. We're going to reach 7 mana potentially by turn 4. Play Vaultborn Tyrant anyways. Sylvan Scrying grabbing that castle. Quite lovely, but we don't play castle next turn. We use the 2nd Sylvan, hopefully, to grab the Sunken, play that as our land, and oh, look, what did I just say? We're making 7 on turn 4, and I think that should be probably fast enough. At the very least, I'm dropping Vaultborn or T-Rex. Now, we do have to be worried about Scavenger's talent. This is cat food combo. They haven't done a whole lot, though, so it's not really the end of the world. Definitely play that Vaultborn. We'll go with Commune next turn if we haven't just drawn Ghalta. Oh, well, I do like another Vaultborn. I'll think about it. We can play Vaultborn anyways, even though we use up the mana from this forest here. Play Cavern of Souls as my land for the turn, and I'm still able to make 7 for the... Oh! Why couldn't this happen last night? My, oh my. The opponent could potentially be dead. They're probably just going to quit. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, good. Man, that's lovely stuff. Don't even need Threats Undetected, but nah, it would be nice. Even if I just kept the Vaultborn and maybe a Regisaur, the opponent sends a T-Rex and a Ghalta to the bottom. That's still pretty good. Play the Vaultborn, draw into Ghalta, that sort of thing. I play Threats Undetected on turn 3, and I'm going to get stuff. I'm going to have stuff I can play. That's really the main thing. Keep the gas going. However, say we bring in Tranquil Frillback. Makes pretty good sense. Threats Undetected. Yeah. Carnage Tyrant? Nah, maybe not. Yeah, I'll trim Carnage Tyrant. Okay. Turn 4 could consist of that Tranquil Frillback. Playing it for 3, and then we have at least 1 green left over. And we'd be able to activate Tranquil Frillback's ability to possibly exile. Oh my goodness, pardon me. Possibly exile the opponent's graveyard. But that hand I'm keeping. I don't think they'll have Thoughtseize. Hopefully they don't. Phew. Oh, I'm getting spoiled here, folks. The one land hand keep. Just because of Commune. If I didn't have Commune, I wouldn't have done that. But now the fact that I simply drew Castle Garenbrig off the top, we're cooking. Maybe I draw another Sunken coming up. Oh, it's not another Sunken. But this Commune should get our source of green for Archdruids. Almost, kind of, ish. Definitely has to be Castle Garenbrig again. Maintaining 3 green sources. Get Castle down. I don't have a forest yet. Cavern of Souls does not help Castle Garenbrig enter untapped. Oh, we got some sacrificing stuff. This is not... Oh, well, there we go. Now they're dead. We were about to lose, and now we're about to win. That's untapped. Archdruid's Charm grabs and puts the second Sunken out. It just took a completely different night, a completely different stream to show, poof, all of a sudden it just evaporates. My, oh my. Actually, I should do the plane crash clip. Yeah. Usually I time it with that explosion there. As long as they don't have a Thoughtseize, and we could get them. We're at 9, which is a little bit scary. That's not too bad. They don't have a Cauldron Familiar, so I feel like we could be safe. Crack those... Oh, okay. Archdruids has to grab Sunken. Now, will they make the mistake and not get rid of Ghalta? I don't think they're going to make that mistake. But you never know. Sometimes people have done that. They saw some nasty stuff that we did the previous game. You usually only get to pull that trick once, and there you go. Oh, okay. That's fine by me. Good stuff. Oh, you can't be doing that. You can't be doing that. Did you not see the other land in my hand? That's the oops of oopses. What would have been better, me not doing that and just playing T-Rex? I don't know. It is a surprising thing, though. Slapping Ghalta down with so few lands, the opponent is caught off guard. Maybe the 2 Sunken Citadels blended together and the opponent thought it was just 1 Sunken and it was only going to make 6 or something. It is pretty crazy, though. Yeah, that's how you do it, I guess. Oh, shucks, they're still dead. Tends to do the trick. Oh.
Ruthless aggression.
Absolutely ruthless. Of course, that was a very fortunate turn of events. It's not like, of course, I knew that would happen, but it is pretty cool to see how, poof, all of a sudden, you get there. And you get there with a 1-land hand Sunken Citadel. Once you get familiar with that sort of stuff, automatically, if you've been playing for a little bit, you might assume 1-land hand, no, never keep it. That can never work, but you do have to factor in all those other spells that are helping you get there. And there could have been a Thoughtseize, but this particular deck, Cat Food combo, it doesn't have it too often, too much. I thought like taking a risk. I won game 1, the risk paid off fantastically. It's kind of interesting though, persevering and doing so well in that first match without Threats Undetected, but of course I'm not going to draw any conclusions with the one match. No. I have enough experience to draw conclusions pretty fast. I know what will grab what, how it'll help, at what point, at what time. It is pretty good though, being able to evaluate things perhaps a little bit faster because you've seen all kinds of wacky scenarios like I've seen. Maybe. You know what? It could be okay. If there was no Castle Garenbrig, I wouldn't keep it. A Stomping Ground, a Forest, and I don't know, Cavern of Souls. Not at all. Not a chance. However, an opponent playing Commercial District, could this be some sort of dinosaur mirror match? Hard to say, but now the Archdruid's Charm, boom, we make 6 on turn 4. Archdruid's grabbing that Sunken. Oh. Cheat him out. Oh. This is Soulflayer. It's got to be Soulflayer, I believe. We go for Commune to search for Sunken. I don't have anything I can play next turn for 6. I could only play Threats Undetected. This could be better. Or it could not be better. Grab the Vaultborn Tyrant at the very least. Hope we draw land for the turn, which is a very real possibility. Just because there was no land in the top 5 cards, I have to figure maybe it's the 6th card down. Oh boy. That would be ideal. A Sunken especially. I think this is Soulflayer. Oh, well, Cavern of Souls, not too bad. We haven't lost yet. As long as the Soulflayer doesn't somehow get... It's only a 4/4, I believe. And then it gets all the abilities of the creatures that were exiled with the Delve. You're about to see it right here. I'm pretty sure. It costs... Oh, yeah, there's the Soulflayer. Costs 4 and 2 black. They'll exile 4 creatures, only paying 2 for a 4/4. Flying, indestructible, haste, double strike, lifelink. Traditionally, oftentimes it is, if I can click on the graveyard. Zetalpa has all those abilities. Soulflayer gains all those, plus Samet. Yeah. We're not dead. We have a couple turns. It's fine by me. We still could beat the opponent. If we draw a land that enters untapped next turn, they will die. Without question. I have a Palani's Hatcher. We could take a little bit of damage over multiple turns. At the very least, I would play Vaultborn Tyrant, which is pretty decent. Of course, Tranquil Throwback is going to be quite key. If we can land it at the perfect moment, exile the entire graveyard, and then Soulflayer, well, it has a whole lot of nothing to exile and reduce its cost. Hopefully I reduce them to ashes here. Ooh, not quite. Will they kill me next turn? Yes, they have a total of 10. It has to be Vaultborn. Hopefully drawing into the land that I'm desperately searching for. We still take 8. They gain a bunch of life, but we're taking 8. We're not dead. Maybe the opponent has a bit of removal, but for the most part, they just do this plan. That Soulflayer has, well, I'll bring it up here. Vigilance, Flying, Death Touch, Double Strike, Haste, Hexproof, Indestructible, Trample. But again, it is only a 4/4. That's not that scary. I play big stuff. Comparing my big stuff to their one kind of scary thing. It's alright. Hopefully. I guess not. Same at Voice of Dissent does pretty much do it. Yeah, that tends to do the trick. Nuts. If only I had made the copy. It would have been cool to go to 2, but that's not how it works. Maybe if Vaultborn had lifelink, I would have gained a little bit of life and saved myself. Threats Undetected, though. I detect that would not be good to keep. We'll bring in that Tranquil Throwback and hopefully stick it at the right time. Now, we really just have to exile the graveyard. They're packing the heat. They're packing it up. They're going to pack it in if they have nothing for the Soulflayer to reduce its cost. Really, it only has to be basically 2 creatures, pretty much just Zetalpa there, because that particular Elder Dinosaur is packed. I could use Zetalpa myself quite easily, actually, because Zetalpa has a cost of 6 and 2 white. The full 6 green from Castle Garenbrig can go right into Zetalpa, and then maybe Cavern of Souls is the first source of white. Temple Garden or Lush Portico, that sort of thing, Scattered Groves. Yeah, it's not too difficult. That first hand was terrible. This one, perfect. I would say absolutely perfect. Carnage? No. Send it to the bottom, like I mentioned. Turn 4, we're going to play Tranquil Throwback. That's the point where I will have one green extra. Turn 4 could have been Carnage Tyrant, so if turn 4 is Tranquil Throwback and turn 5 is T-Rex, well, that's what it's got to be. Ooh, okay. Keep that on top, I think. I like the Archdruid's Charm. I was thinking of going with Commune, but I have my land for the turn. Yeah. Hopefully we don't lose Tranquil Throwback, though. I think for the most part, this particular opponent just sticks to their main plan. They do their thing. They fill the graveyard. Oh, good. Yes, definitely. I'm going to need it solar updraft. I mean, it's not too bad. They got rid of Commune with Dinosaurs, which is perfectly fine. Archdruid's grabbing the second Sunken, and then we exile their graveyard. They only have one creature in there, and they only have one source of black. Again, Soulflayer can only be reduced to 2 black if they exile 4 creatures. They don't got it yet. Hopefully no more collective brutality. That was pretty brutal. Man, rough stuff. Okay. Deep Cavern Bat 100% would have taken Archdruid's Charm, so it is fantastic that at the very least now we're making 7. However, will they get rid of Tranquil Throwback? I think they might be scared of T-Rex. Oh, okay. Oh. Fine by me. You know what? We're going to go with T-Rex anyways. I like that. Boom. That's aggressive enough for me. I like to start the clock. They might not be able to kill it. We have the Tranquil Throwback as backup, and I don't foresee the Soulflayer coming down this turn. I hope not. At the very least, now they're caught between a dino and a hard place. That's okay. Two creatures, no. Soulflayer's not coming down. Oh boy. And I could just start off with Tranquil Throwback, but again, Threats Undetected. We'll stick with it. Tranquil Throwback would help me in a bunch of scenarios, that's for sure. They might just scoop here. This is pretty funny. Poof. Now, is that going to buy us enough time? I think it should. They have 0 creatures now. They need at least something big and good and nice. Or they could have a sweeper, something like that. I could draw a land next turn that enters untapped and simply play Ghalta and smoke them that way. Love it. Oh, there we go. There we go.
You have no power here.
They also have no graveyard here. Yeah. Keep it the same again. Hornet Queen. It can block the Soulflayer, which gets flying from Zetalpa, but again, Zetalpa also has Indestructible, so I would really only be chump blocking. And again, the Soulflayer it doesn't get that big. It takes at least a couple turns to kill us, and we might be killing them with this hand. That is good stuff. I like it. Oh, and the Commune. 100%. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. Will they get rid of Commune or Sylvan? It's got to be Sylvan. I think they know what's up. It's probably Sylvan. Yeah. Now, is it better to play Commercial District, see what's on top, maybe send it to the bottom, and then go Commune? I think That's fine. Take a Ghalta. I'm not one of those people who only plays a copy or two. We're going to be packing heat. Yeah, I'll go with Sylvan Scrying. Grab Castle Garenbrig. Sylvan is exactly the land I need eventually. Get it used. Maybe they have a little bit more hand hate, and boom, boom. We got a castle. That's really where it's at. Either we see an Archdruid's next turn, another or a Commune. Chances are we're going to be finding a second Sunken here. Sadly not. I have enough lands at this point, so yeah, I'll grab a Ghalta. Sunken. Oh, look at that. Of course, I would imagine there's going to be a second Sunken in the top 10 there. A decent chance. 7 next turn, turn 4, 8 on turn 5, and hopefully they haven't done the you-know-what. They only have one Samet in the graveyard, so I think we could be okay. Oh, they got Zeta. Okay, not too bad. As long as they don't play a land this turn. Oh, they do. Oh, Urborg Scavengers. It's also similar to the Soulflayer there. Whenever it enters or attacks, they exile a card, put a counter on it, and do some stuff. It gets bigger and it gains the ability similar to... Oh my goodness, I just got the Ghalta. A copy after a copy. This is revenge. Absolutely revenge. Hopefully they don't have Sheoldred's Edict. I would be surprised if that was the case. I'm just happy to see T-Rex. I can go multiple games, multiple matches with barely seeing it, and it just feels pretty bad because it is a pretty good creature to play on turn 4 with just lands. If they had removal, doesn't matter. They're not stopping me from doing that. And the Scavengers, that's not too bad. We got Ghalta next turn. As long as they don't have removal, which I think is a pretty good chance of that not happening. We're not dead. Scavengers only deal 6, plus the 1 from Deep Cavern Bat. It's fine. Okay, maybe that's not too fine. 8. We're still not dead. Let's calm down a bit here, folks. Oh, Tranquil Throwback as well. Well, let's hope they don't have removal, because we may have just killed them. Perhaps. It's going to be close. Scavengers would trade with Tyrranax Rex there. I do wish you luck. Oh, the standard challenge, that could be quite difficult. I think they're going to kill Regisaur with some removal for 2. Oh, Heartless Act. That was heartless. I'm always piloting the big guys. Of course, sometimes it is it is a little bit painful. Kind of like that moment right there. Well, that's how she goes. Did some big stuff, but didn't do big stuff 2 times. Only 1 time there. A very, very nasty potential. I'm just happy that I have Graveyard Hate, because it's not all the time. I can beat Izzet Phoenix pretty well, even without the Graveyard Hate, and in game 2, oftentimes Izzet Phoenix, they anticipate it. Who doesn't like Graveyard Hate? Bringing it in, and boom, you land it, and you stop various decks that look to reanimate or cheat something out of the graveyard, or Izzet Phoenix, which brings the Arclight Phoenix out of there. But then the opponent knows that's probably coming up, and they pivot a little bit. They change what their deck is doing, and then that Graveyard Hate doesn't do too much anyways. So sometimes you just don't have it. But we could have it with that hand. Should be all the lands we need, all the mana we need. And then we have the turn 2 and the turn 3 play, so we'll do a turn 1 play of Commune. Ooh, yeah. Sunken Castle. You know what? I'm going to go Sunken. Play that next turn, tapped, and use Commune again. Oh, another cat food combo. Actually, did I face Cayuno? Maybe this was the same opponent. I don't think that's the case. Of course, it is quite populated in Platinum. Certainly much more than Mythic. You find opponents pretty fast. Yeah, next turn, Sylvan for Castle. It could be another Sunken, playing that as my land for the turn. Nah, no, we'll go with Castle. Just in case I want to play Carnage Tyrant on turn 4 there. I do have that potential. Maybe I draw Ghalta, boom. That means Archdruid searches for another Sunken. Vaultborn, something like that. But I do have 2 more lands, which means I reach 6 next turn, and yeah, let's just do that. Gonna smack him for 15 next turn, and hopefully that's a pretty good clock. Okay, not too bad, as long as they don't get too many cats in the graveyard. They're going to level up Scavenger's Talent possibly to level 3 next turn, and we could just be dead if they get Yurga, Eater of All, Yurga who eats all, whatever that cat's name is. Get it out of the graveyard. Maybe they have 1 cat in hand. We could be about to die. Mayhem Devil, that's not too bad. They don't have a Witch's Oven. That's pretty sweet. Okay. So, we're not dead yet. Don't get a Yurga. Oh, don't do it. Down to 14. It is a little bit scary, but hey, T-Rex, hopefully it's scary enough. Gonna take the chance though. Try and go as fast as possible. Hitting him with both of those, I have to imagine maybe somebody would want to block. As long as they can't deal 14 to me next turn, we might have a chance here. It's going to be 5 from their 3 creatures. Sacrifice some stuff. 6. Lose 1 life with that cat re-entering. It'll be close. It is kind of interesting though. They pinged their own cat to make a food because one of their creatures died, so it triggered Scavenger's Talent there. Or they just play Yurga and oh yeah, okay, yep, no, we know the drill. Know the drill. Ouch. Pain and suffering. But for anybody who may not be familiar with that particular deck, all their stuff is food now. So the Cauldron Familiar has the ability to sacrifice a food and return it from the graveyard to the battlefield. So a Cauldron Familiar in the graveyard sacrifices a Cauldron Familiar on the battlefield because it itself is a food, and then they just cycle each other back and forth and they drain you or they mill you. Whichever comes first, you die, you lose. No point in playing it out because there is no winning. And they can activate the Cauldron Familiar's ability at instant speed. So if you try to do something to one of them, they just respond with another activation in some cases. But I don't have to make much case for Tranquil Frillback there, that's for sure. Alright. I want to continue the pain against this pesky cat. That could be it. No, I like it. Castle Garenbrig plus a Commune. If Commune was some other creature or whatever, no, I wouldn't try it. Paid 2 life and turn Commune into something that can't be discarded. Should it be Tranquil Frillback? Probably. Nah, we're going to go with Castle Garenbrig. Play it safe. A little bit safer. That 1 castle could make all the difference. Hopefully seeing an Archdruid or a Sylvan Scrying. Keep in mind, the 4 other cards that I sent to the bottom, none of those were Sylvan Scrying or Archdruid's Charm, which means 1 is coming up. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's statistical probability. a decent chance that 1 of 8 was coming up because I've seen the top quarter of the deck or something, close to a quarter of the deck. I have an opening hand of 7, plus I dug 5, sending 4 to the bottom, and pretty quickly you can stay quite positive now. Do I want to send Ghalta or T-Rex? That's a toughie. I say we send Ghalta to the bottom. Yeah. Hopefully see another copy of her. Commune, dig for Carnage, maybe. Yeah, Tranquil Throwback it is. Good stuff. Again, Tranquil Throwback to turn 4 play, hopefully. Get rid of Kroxa would be nice. But I think they see the Tranquil and they're probably going to want to put a stop to that. Fable is not quite going to do it. Not so much. Yeah, definitely. Just get the graveyard gone. Now, it would have been nice to sink 5 mana into this in total, taking out Fable of the Mirror Breaker, but I'll do that. Get a creature down. Next turn is going to be T-Rex anyways. I would never want to wait until I have just one X. Well, maybe I did want to. They have Yurga there. Now, they don't have too much. This is good. This is good. Oh, never mind. This is... Yep, that's what we're doing. We're bringing the pain. 100%. Good stuff. Yeah. We're going to destroy the Fable that could discard stuff. Yeah, I say the Fable that could discard stuff. The second one they put out, so I don't have to worry about the activation of the second lore counter, because it won't be put on now. So they don't put more stuff into the graveyard, potentially. Sculpting their hand and finding pain and suffering for us. That's alright too. Will they sacrifice that treasure to get rid of Tranquil Throwback? The Goblin dealing 2? Or they could just have a Fatal Push as well. Ah, oh, that's got rid of 1 Goblin, fine by me. Okay, that's still a little bit scary. Oh, Carnage Tyrant, beautiful stuff. But this also is as well. Keep up that aggression. Mayhem Devil and Reflection. Neither of those were going to be blocking Tranquil Throwback, so I might as well get in an extra 3 and see what happens. Oh boy. Just trying to add up the Mayhem Devil damage. 2 of them hitting us for 6. The token that's made sacrifices itself, so that's 2 more damage from both of the devils. Even the one that has to get sacrificed, so a total of 8. 10 with the goblin. I don't think they can get it done. They could level up Scavenger's Talent, but I won't be doing too much. Huh. Oh, beautiful. Of course, they will take out Palani's Hatcher. They'll probably kill it right away. Nah, we're just going to go Carnage Tyrant. I would lose both dinosaur eggs. Palani's possibly could die. It would not be a pretty sight at all. Oh, are they going to triple block T-Rex? Huh. Fine by me. I'll take out 3 things. Any day. Do it. Do it. You know you want to. Oh, oh my goodness. No, you can do that. You can do it. Do it. Come on. You know you want to. Oh, it makes sense. The Goblin blocking Tranquil Throwback, I wouldn't have lost Tranquil Throwback, but in this case, I still would lose T-Rex. And I still have Carnage Tyrant to block any creature that would attack, if it is a copy of the Mayhem Devil. If Reflection makes another copy, if they live. Again, maybe they just I don't know. I don't know why they did that. T-Rex still connects to get poison counters. They are at 1. I guess they're hoping beyond hope. They don't even have a Cauldron Familiar in the graveyard, so feels pretty good. Stumbling a little bit in the land department, which is beneficial to us. Oh, not the Witch's Oven. Okay. Oh no. Oh yeah, that's probably it. We'll see. It's going to be close. Huh. No, 2, down to 7. Oh.
But you can't do this to me.
You know how much I sacrificed?
Again. I did again. I kind of thought that was game 3, but it was not. Maybe I need a little bit more sleep. I'll get a refill on coffee after this match. Either way. Okay. Whew. It is always an interesting race. This deck as well that we're facing. They can snap a win right out of thin air. With Yurga, the Mayhem Devils pinging. It's not a pretty sight, but that hand is a pretty sight. Thoughtseize, it's painful. If I only had 1 Archdruids, I would have felt not too comfortable keeping it, knowing there was likely going to be a Thoughtseize. But with 2 Archdruids, you know, hoping they don't have 2 Thoughtseizes, 1 Archdruids is going to survive until turn 3 when I get the 3rd land, either from a Commune or a... Oh, they really hate that Tranquil Frillback. But I see a Commune with Dinosaurs, a Sylvan Scrying, or another land. I like those odds. Yeah. I don't like those odds. Well, we'll grab Ghalta. I'm packing the heat already. That's fine by me. Not too bad. Liliana of the Veil. Now the question becomes, do I want to get rid of Palani's or Regisaur? I'm kind of aiming towards T-Rex because if we're going to kill him, we want maximum haste. 100%. I'm not getting rid of Archdruids, never. We got him good. We got an opponent good with statistical probability, and now it's went down the tube, the drain. Our chances are circling the drain. Certainly if we don't get a land next turn. Be nice to turn the corner. Even if it was a Sunken Citadel, playing it tapped, boom, it untaps. Then the turn after I can use an Archdruid for a second, put it out. They don't have a Mayhem Devil, it's not too bad. Oh boy. Oh, phew. Look at that. Of course, 1 turn sooner would have been ideal. I would have had a Sunken out at that turn untapped with the second Archdruids to search and put that out. We would have potentially been, well, we would have been making 8 this turn coming up. And then we possibly would have killed him. That's alright. Even with a pretty high probability of doing something or drawing something, there is still the chance that you simply won't get it. And there's no way to avoid that. Now, do I want to keep both Archdruids? Maybe. You know what, we'll get rid of Regisaur. I say we do it. Oh, Yurga. That's probably going to do it. It's definitely too slow. Of course, anytime you miss your 3rd land. Not great. Okay, that's not too bad. Now I could play Palani's Hatcher, would Liliana of the Veil, ultimate next turn. I'm almost certain that's going to happen. They see the Archdruids, the Ghalta, 9. We're not winning that one. Unfortunately, the cat coming back after they sacrificed the food, Yurga itself was going to get too big. And then there was the pings from the cat, draining us just enough. Yeah. Where's Azorius Control, really? I'm kind of hoping for one of those tonight. And we'll get there. Okay. Threats Undetected. Let's go. Of course, it hasn't been too many matches since adding it, and it's going to show up. And you always have strings of matches where you don't see one particular awesome card, and then that's sticking in your mind. Oh, why me? This card would have helped me in all these different matchups. I would have won, and you're feeling down, and that's just part of life. Who would I run for Brawl for Dinos, though? Definitely not Ghalta. It would probably have to be some creature, pardon me, some legendary permanent that was at least Naya colors, red, white, and green, just to get access to as many dinosaurs as possible. There is quite a few now, especially with some of the recent sets, but I would keep it at that. Mellow. Gruul Aggro. Bushwacker coming in hot. Maybe they'll play it with the Surge. Oh, I boo. This is not great. Yeah, Surge the Bushwacker. Oh, I don't play this game enough. Now we just quit because we're not winning that one. Turn 2, smacking us for 8 with 3 creatures. That is just how it goes. Gruul Aggro in particular. It's not the nuttiest of nut draws, but you play enough, you know you don't win. I wasn't playing a creature for the next couple turns. An aggro deck went first, and well, they played 2 free creatures. Burning Tree Emissary, making a red and a green, to play another one to make a red and a green, to Surge the Bushwacker as it happened there, and well, we were whacked big time. Hornet Queen, of course, coming in hot, and trim Threats Undetected. Hope for the best. Turn 3, if we have any hope with this particular list of winning, it's going to be turn 3 Archdruids. Put the second Sunken out, make 7 on turn 4 for the Hornet Queen, and yeah, we'll see. There's nothing we could have done. Doesn't even matter if I had a sweeper. Crush the Weak, potentially. Something that deals 2 to everything, which Pyroclasm, perhaps, would have saved me. 1 in a red, sorcery speed, 2 damage to every creature. These ones are sometimes pretty weak. I might have to think about Pyroclasm, but any sweeper for 3 or more would have been too slow in that case. This is a little bit better, and I think we'll keep it. We'll keep it. Send T-Rex to the bottom. If we somehow survive to make 8 for Ghalta, I want the haste from Palani's Hatcher because we may need it. Against something so aggressive, that's for sure. I don't have Sylvan Scrying, so I have a turn to wait for a Commune, see if I draw a castle or a Sunken next turn, and then it changes what I grab with Commune. Oh, okay. Unfortunately, it's not a castle or a Sunken for the turn, but it's fine. We got our 3rd source of green there coming up. Maybe it's going to be a castle for the turn, and that would be pretty fantastic. And then we would still make 7 on turn 4 there. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. That's, yeah. Great stuff. Great stuff. I mean, I have to imagine we're dead. Pack it in. Basically, see how much they do here. A lot of their stuff doesn't have trample, so the chump blocking potential of Palani's Hatcher definitely is going to be nice. Maybe they think I have removal. I left my mana up. That's not the case. Maybe they have some burn spells. I think for the most part it is just creatures. Maybe in some weird way, potentially Palani's Hatcher is going to save us. If we draw a land that enters untapped, it could happen. Yeah, no. Well, that's how she goes. Sometimes it doesn't matter what you do. You'll never be fast enough against an aggressive deck. Even if your control, you got a bunch of removal, they still recover. Maybe they hit you for a little bit. You get your piece of lovely removal. It's not enough. Play something else. Boom, they pump it up, still kill you. It's not a feel-good situation, but well, it can't all be good. But it can be better, for sure. We'll get them next time. Get them next time. Actually, I forgot filling up on coffee. I'll be right back. All right, going first, and lovely stuff. Seeing Yorion, Sky Nomad. Yeah, I'm fine with that hand. Commercial District. See what we got on top. Sunken Castle. Up. I'll take a Stomping Ground. Might as well. We get our 3 sources of green for a potential Archdruid's Charm at some point here. Castle. You always need Castle. Eventually. Make a little bit of mana. Make 6 for Carnage Tyrant with 5 lands, 4 regular lands plus Castle Garenbrig. You get the idea. If you don't have a castle yet, grab that instead of Sunken, usually. Oh! Or sometimes you just do that. Love it. Yeah, we win against this opponent. 5-color Overlord enchantments. Completely folds to back to nature. And oh shucks, your leyline binding can't even get rid of good old Carnage T. Lovely to see that Commune now. If I draw I don't know, we'll see. I might try Threats Undetected. I have a Ghalta, like I said. Choose Ghalta, they see it, they don't like it, send it to the bottom because they think I don't have one in my hand. They can't risk it. Castle Garenbrig is painful, to say the least. Losing it is painful. Yeah, that's not the end of the world. Commune at the very least is going to dig and quite possibly find another one. Maybe they make me sacrifice it. Too bad. Oh, a Sunken as well. Their chances really may have sunken. Yeah, I like a Vaultborn. We can't play Vaultborn Tyrant next turn, but we might as well go Threats Undetected. Grab 2 things, draw 2 cards, and the 2 things that we choose are going to be good that we need at some point. Pay 3, draw 2. Well, not really draw 2. It's better than draw 2. I mean, I would like Castle Garenbrig, but yeah, we'll choose a Ghalta, Vaultborn, T-Rex, and Regisaur Alpha. Now, it may have been better to choose a Regisaur and a Palani's Hatcher just to potentially get one of the hasty things. They see only the Regisaur, and they see the haste potential, so that really could be, top of their mind, and they would choose that as one of the 2 that's sent to the bottom, or shuffled. I should say. That, I don't know, that's pretty good. Maybe that's the secret sauce. I did try Threats Undetected pretty much right around when Dominaria United released, which is where that card is from. I think it was only for a night though. I should find the stream where it was. Yeah. Gonna have to watch out for Field of Ruin in Game 2 though. Okay. 3, 5. Just making sure I wouldn't make 7 with Stomping Ground. Double checking the math there. I'll play Regisaur, play a thing, a good thing. Do I want to attack with Carnage Tyrant? Yeah, not so much. You know what, let's do it. Let's do it. Get Overlord out of the way. Trade, do a bit. Yeah. I don't want them to play Zur this turn and then make Overlord. Plus potentially Overlord of the Hauntwoods plus Overlord of the Flood Pits into a creature. That is never fun, but this is fun. Hopefully they don't have a counter spell. Don't counter. Oh boy. Oh, not a land. Let's do it. Oh, the Sunken. It enters tap next turn, unfortunately. Leyline Binding. There you go. Get it out of your system. Or Vanishing versus. It is unfortunate. That is exile-based removal, not destroy-based, so it gets around the token or copy-making ability of Vaultborn if the original is destroyed, and then you get another one. But eventually we will make 8. The clock from the opponent only being 1 Overlord of the Flood Pits. That's not super scary. Okay, Trax is scary-ish. Let me think. Maybe I draw a castle next turn. That would be pretty sweet. It's not a castle. I'm thinking. They'll Vanishing verse the Vaultborn Tyrant. They can't right now. T-Rex would make them sink a lot of mana. 12. You know what? I like T-Rex. Because they might have to take most of their turn off just to do it. And we don't die to the aggression that the opponent has. Atraxa has to block T-Rex. Actually, this is better. This is 100% better. They have to block it to live. I'll take that any day. Really, I should have attacked with the token because of that fact. I would have gotten 3 more damage onto them, but I don't see them dealing 16 this turn. As long as they don't have a counter spell, they die. It's crazy. It's been a long time since I've gotten to 8 lands without a castle playing Ghalta. Very, very rare. I think they want to do something. Okay, up the beanstalk. They got a Leyline Binding up their sleeve. Potentially getting rid of Ghalta. Hopefully they do it before its ability resolves, so I put another copy of it onto the battlefield. And hopefully they just don't have a counter spell. They don't have too many counter spells. Do it. Exile. Leyline. Yeah, they're dead. They're dead. Cooked. You can quit now. You're not winning this. I can tell you that much.
Yes.
Hopefully I draw a creature from these 3 Vaultborn triggers here. Oh, good. That's why you use multiple Ghalta Stampede Tyrants, because you get to do stuff like that. Now they could have 2 pieces of removal. Taking out Palani's plus Regisaur. I don't get to attack with everybody, but at the very least we should be... don't do that. It's going to be hilarious if they use a piece of removal on a Palani's Hatch or a Regisaur. They could have taken out both hasty things. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Alright. Again, Threats Undetected. I like it. Pay 3, draw 2, and it's 2 things that you're going to like. Because the 2 things you grab, lovely, big, massive creatures. Yeah. It is pretty fantastic that all of these are different powers. It really synergizes quite nicely with that Threats Undetected. I could see myself liking that quite a bit. Bringing a single Tranquil Throwback just to make that 4th and final spot from the hole that was left by threats there. Just the 3 Back to Natures is probably enough, but now we got a little bit more enchantment hate. I would hate myself if I kept that hand though. No lands. Technically it's better, but it's about the worst land I could see. Only 2 lands in the deck, the 2 Cavern of Souls. Can't make a source of green for stuff. If it was a source of green, I would have kept it. Oh, should have kept that hand. We got to keep it at some point. This might be it. We'll keep Carnage Tyrant just simply because it's the cheapest of the big things. It's about the same cost as Palani's or Regisaur effectively. Both Carnage Tyrant and Palani's Hatcher and Regisaur Alpha, they enter at the same point with this particular list. You can think about them as the same. Nope, that's not bad. We get our next land, which is very key. Oh, and we get a Castle Garenbrig. Sylvan next turn to search for the first Sunken. Archdruids eventually to search for the second. Boom, we make 7. Of course, I hope to see a Back to Nature at some point. Back to Nature taking out 1 up the Beanstalk and Overlord. Not too great. Not too great. I almost made the painful mistake of playing the forest as my land for the turn. If you haven't played a land, you make the land as Sunken. Usually, to get it out of the way. Sometimes you want to skip over Sylvan Scrying though. If you can make 7 on turn 4 by playing a land on turn 3 for an Archdruids to grab a Sunken, or their chances have sunken, because now I'm making 8 on turn 5. Boom, how many times did I mulligan there? That's pretty good. Do I want to do that? Yeah, let's do it. Carnage Tyrant can't block Overlord of the Flood Pits. It does have flying. Hopefully it's not Enigmatic Incarnation. Possibly sacrificing the Overlord, being able to search for a creature with a mana value of 6. As long as they don't get Elesh Norn, I'm okay. Shuts off the Ghalta Stampede Tyrant, enter the battlefield. Why did I say that? Oh.
Dang! Oh!
Barf. That's complete barf. Fun stuff. I'll grab Sunken anyways. We're gonna play we're gonna play Carnage Tyrant. If they have a Leyline Binding, still can't target it. Leyline Binding does cost 1 white, sadly at this point. Okay. Wish I had the Archdruid's Charm still. I'd be able to take out Elesh Norn at the end of the opponent's turn and then smoke him later on. 2 T-Rexes could be pretty good. Hopefully. Gonna have to keep in mind, the opponent will have to spend 5 with a Leyline Binding. 1 for the fully reduced cost, but also 4 for the ward. They see 1 T-Rex in my hand. Perhaps that's what they'll plan to do coming up. You don't attack with Elesh. What's going on? You don't do this. Or they have another copy in their hand. Oh, nowhere to run. That's okay. I've seen it before, unfortunately. With this particular deck, nowhere to run. Recent card from Duskmourn. When it enters, target creature an opponent controls gets -3/-3 until end of turn. And they can target creatures with hexproof and whatever. Basically, they can target Carnage Tyrant. And yeah, that's going to be it. Going to be it. T-Rex wouldn't really have helped too much. Okay. I won't jinx myself. I won't say the name of the particular card that caused me to lose. I won't do it. So hopefully I won't face it. Could be good. Yeah, I like it. If they have the odd counterspell, which I don't think is going to happen, but 3 communes and a source of green. Yeah. Quite reasonable indeed. Let's get grabbing. Oh, yeah, Castle Garenbrig. Love it. We'll see if we find a Sunken next turn off of the first commune. Not the force, not too bad. I don't need more lands at this point. I already have a Palani's Hatcher, so I'm not going to grab that. And we'll just, we'll dig again. And again and again. Grab a Castle Garenbrig just in case they Field of Ruin. One of them. And then we have a backup. Question is, how many Archdruids, Charms, and Sylvan Scrying did I put to the bottom? 1 Sylvan, 2 Archdruids. I see 12 cards on the bottom. There's a pretty good chance we maybe see another Archdruids or hopefully another Sunken. It is unfortunate that, I mean, I would have liked to grab the Sunken. If I had known I would get the castle. Of course, you don't ever, don't ever know. Oh, still no Sunken. Painful. Well, it's going to be Commercial District at this point. Vaultborn Tyrant would be immediately exiled by that Leyline Binding. We don't need a Regisaur Alpha. Absolutely not. At the very least, I can play a Carnage Tyrant next turn. Is that going to be enough? Is it going to be too little, too late? I was about to say a Back to Nature would be pretty fantastic, but get the big thing down, scary. We'll take 6 damage from the Overlord, unfortunately. Preserve Carnage Tyrant and then see what we can make happen. Hope they don't play Enigmatic Incarnation, but I could see that coming up as well. Oh boy. Oh. That's not great. No. Ooh, Leyline Binding. Oh, you gotta be kidding. Overlord. If only I had 2. Jeez, that's bananas. Nonsense. At the very least, Sylvan for a Sunken. 100%. Pretty straightforward right there. Boom. Should I go back to nature? You know what? Let's wait and see. I think they have very little, if any, counterspells. Well, they're going to attack. I'm going to do this. I hope. Yes. Oh. Might as well have them not make another land. Huh. Okay. Do I want to play T-Rex? Nah, I'm just going to try and search for Ghalta. Let's not bother with that. Now they must be wondering, what the heck is up their sleeve? Ghalta is up my sleeve. They have nothing. They got 3 cards in hand. We know they have Yorion. As long as they don't have a counterspell or Thoughtseize or... yeah, we might get them. They know I'm going to do something. If I didn't spend my mana for T-Rex, oh boy. That's fine. Make a couple little thingies. They do bounce Overlord of the Mistmoors. It could be problematic. Okay. Would it have been better to exile Overlord of the Mistmoors? I don't think so. We're playing Ghalta. I think this is definitely... Oh my goodness. Oh. 3 T-Rexes and a Palani's Hatcher tends to do the trick just a bit. Just a bit.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
Boom. Got him. You're not surviving that. Phew. Right, what time is it? 11:30? Do I want to tweak a bit? Tweak the list. Tweak the list. Maybe. Nah. I'll leave it there for now. Leave it on a positive nightcap. Of course, Platinum 4, the bottom of the bottom. I'll get there. As I always do eventually. Some months, some season resets are going to be a little bit slower than others. That's alright. I still love it. I have a fantastic time, so hopefully all you guys had a fantastic sleep, or if you were watching right now, later on, whenever it is, yeah, have a good rest of your time zone. Get some good rest. Hopefully Brawl goes good, or whatever format or game you're playing. Yeah. See you next time. Peace.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?